All right, so this is my panel here that was in the roof, and this was speaker holes, this was interior lights. You can't get a bunch of windows out of one, but I'll see. I'm gonna flip this over here and I'll show you how I measured it. All right, so I got it flipped over here, got my window laid up here. You can see this is where one of my air conditioned ducts was through, and it's just got too many holes. I'm not gonna even worry about that section. I'm gonna cut it off. But it just so happens that the crease right here fits down perfectly, and you don't have to measure that because you just crimp that over. So what I did was, if I can do this with one hand, I'll flip this up like this, and I'll run a bead of let's see here, I'm trying to do all this one hand, sorry. I'll take my Sharpie, run a bead here like this, where to cut, and then I'd lay it back down, and then run another line across here from where I'm going to crimp and this old metal brake here. And I don't know if you've ever seen one used, but just flip both of them down and just bend your piece up. Might have seen that. And like I said, on this side, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna stand it up, mark it, cut this half off, and then lay it back down flat, run a line here. And once you do both sides, when you stick it in there, you just flip this up, and then I would cut a little line here and cut an angle so it fits in the brake and it fits in the window real good once you pop them out. So let me go ahead and mark this and I'll show you. All right, so there we go. Now that I've got my window taken off, you can see that's the line where I'm going to bend. That's where I'm going to cut off. Bend and cut off. Let me go ahead and get these sections cut off, and we'll go from there. All right, so now that I got the ends whacked off, and now I can go ahead and bend the pieces around. I'll come back to you. All right, now that I got it in the middle brake, you can see there's a purple line down there. I don't know if you see it in the dark or not, but now all you do is fold this piece up just like that. There you go. Now let me do all four sides. All right, so now that I have these two corners, so that what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut a line right here like this and then angle it down. That way this right here will fit in the metal grate. Now that line right there, like I said, is exactly where it needs to be. Let me notch these out so y'all can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to notch it like that. That way, say my brake will be able to fit right in there. Let me cut these other three corners out, and I'll show you what I got. All right, now that I got all four corners laid out, let me go ahead and throw this back in the brake, and I'll show you what this line looks like, and we'll go ahead and make another bend. All right, as you can see, that right there is a perfect line. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it in there. Now let me see if this works. But no, I don't think you can see it. Anyway, the notch, the thing comes down and pinches right here, and this right here has got to be able to clear the back side of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and bend these two pieces, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, so I went ahead and cut the other corners while I was finished, so y'all could see. That's just to help it get in the corners. Let me go in here and get in the bus, and I'll show you. All right, so got a window popped out. I just go along here and make sure this is clean. I'm gonna clean this up real quick so I can keep going. But yeah, hold on. All right, got it clean. How I've been doing it is, besides it's got the bolt holes on it that was screwed up there. They're my side pieces. And let's see, let me get this hold up. All right, hold on. It's hard to do this with one hand. All right, I had the camera malfunction. But anyway, we'll move on. This will be part two. So once you get it popped down in here, you might have to take a hammer and tap down on each corner. Just because it depends on how, sometimes they fall in great, sometimes they don't when you're making them. But anyway, it works. See, I got a few little holes there. I'll have to put a little sealing on. But yeah, you get them in pushed in, and where I had to bend this one down a little bit, I'll just take my hammer, tap this back up, drill some holes, and pop rivet it in, and then seal it up. But yeah, I forgot how much you can buy these panels and not have to worry about this, but by the time I made 3 panels, it paid for the metal brake, and I've got a lot of windows, so I figured it was better off just to buy the brake and make my own panels. And yeah, so, but yeah, that's how I do that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Have a good day.